I have lived in my van for 3 years without any heat, and today is finally the day that I get to install my diesel heater. And unfortunately, I'm doing it with little to no help. I have my dad via FaceTime to help me, but I'm doing all the legwork. I'm doing this by myself, and I'm a little bit nervous, but mostly I'm just excited to get it in and to have heat in here. This is the box it came in. These are all the parts and everything. I got the pump in there and like the little screen that it comes on. And when we come around here to the other side of my van, I turned my chair around for this purpose. This is the heater and this is where it is going. The next thing that I need to do is measure it out and drill a couple holes in the floor. So wish me luck, guys. Oh my god. It appears that the support beam for the van, like this big beam right there, the big one is in the perfect spot to be in the way for what I need to do. So we have to improvise. The plans have completely changed because the heater doesn't fit correctly behind the driver's seat. The support beam is exactly where the pipes need to go, so that works out horribly. I tried really every other location in the van and with the layout of my van inside here, and I have to match it to the layout of what is under. This is the only spot in my van that is correct, and unfortunately it's not that convenient for me because it makes my job a whole lot harder. Okay, so we got my heater here. This is the cabinet that goes against the wall. This is where it is gonna go. I'm gonna have to rearrange a lot of the custom cabinetry to fit it in, but I just Sharpied the outline of where this is gonna go, and it fits really well. I can have like an inch or 2 inches here for the air intake, and I can have a spot for the piping to go out the front for the heating to be transferred, which is also good. I mean, nothing is ever easy, but I did suspect this to be a little bit easier. I have lined it up and I've traced it. Okay, here is what it looks like. I also cut away this and then taped it up so I didn't have any issues with the air intake. It's pretty clear as well, and I have enough room to run the piping for the exhaust, or not the exhaust, the heat to come out, and it will go out on the side of this cupboard through a vent. Okay, so this is where it's gonna be, completely wide open. Still makes me nervous. Oh my god. This is just me delaying the inevitable. Guy out of the place. I did one last measure. Now we drill. I drilled through the flooring. Next is the wood. Okay, I just finished drilling through the subfloor, so I have 2 holes in there. And now I just have to drill through the floor of my fan. This is what it looks like inside. We are gonna do a test drill spot before we do the big holes, just to make sure. Oh my god, I'm about to drill into the actual floor right now. I'm a little overwhelmed from today. I thought it was gonna go a lot smoother than it did. I feel like I was working all day and I really didn't get that much done, which is kind of frustrating, but I did most of the legwork for tomorrow. So I'm gonna bring the box in and assemble the heater tonight, kind of do like a mock assemble sort of thing, so it's ready to go in tomorrow. But I did end up being able to drill the holes in, so I have 2 holes in the floor, which is really good. But yeah, nothing else is done yet. I spent all last night and this morning putting together the heater. It was like being forced to do Lego when you don't want to do Lego. It was not horrible. I mean, the directions weren't good at all, so that made it a little challenging. I'm just happy the assembly's done. Holes in the floor are done. I have to drop it in and secure it. So we got the 2 pipes on here. Everything else is ready to go. It is absolutely miserable outside. Kind of a horrible day to do this, but I need to. I have done everything I can, and now it is time to secure it into the ground, and I'm so nervous. I have been through it today. I've only had one mental breakdown this whole process, where I got really overwhelmed. I've recentered though, and I'm trying to just power through because I know this is only gonna get done if I put in the work. This is what it's looking like. So we got the pump here. It has to be on an angle for some reason. We got the filter, clamps on all of these. Pump secured to the ground. Fuel line goes into the pump. These cords need to be organized and hooked up to my battery, and then I'm going to mount the screen over there. It's kind of like a shit show in here because I don't have a lot of room to do things, but I am doing my best and trying to stay positive. I just jigsawed a huge spot out of my cupboard, so let's see if it fits back into place. A little bit messy right now. All my electrical is just everywhere. Day 3 of the heater installation continues. Today is the last day that I have to get this thing in. Unfortunately, the negative wire is too short to go to the battery, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the length off of the positive one because it's super long, and I'm gonna splice together the other wires to give it a little bit more length. I did the cabinet yesterday. I cut a huge hole in it, so it fits perfectly with the heater. I mean, perfectly is a stretch, but it fits all right. And yeah, let's get these wires spliced and then let's attach the battery. Okay, I just hooked up the battery. The cords are kind of a mess right now, so I'm just going to organize them a little bit. We have power though. Gotta let my battery charge quite a bit. Ah, it's on 94. Okay, this is before on the wires. I got my van back from the mechanic, and now I am going to get gas from the gas station and diesel from the gas station for my heater. I haven't never had to get gas, like diesel before, so I've been nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous to get diesel. It's the exact same as gas. Ah! My first experience pumping diesel was a success. I got it. I filled the jug. I didn't really know how expensive it was gonna be. I thought it would be a lot more expensive. So I asked for $15 and it filled it, and it only cost $13. So, and I wanted a lot less than that anyway. So it was good. I have a lot. I don't have to get any anytime soon. One thing I love about van life is that you can just pull off at a rest stop and start doing renovations on your camper van, and no one even asks any questions. No one even second guess what you're doing there. I acted like this place was my home to finish installing the exhaust under the van, and it went perfectly. This was the last day that I had to do any sort of like construction things on the van build. for the diesel heater, and honestly, this took me no time at all. I just had to fasten it on underneath, and it was awesome. I finished it really quick. I'm literally at a rest stop on the side of the road, and I just finished mounting my exhaust. Oh my god. I'm filming this a couple weeks later because I finally just used my heater for the first time because I've been doing a house sit. But basically, I am snowed in at a rest stop currently, and it's not even a big deal because my heater has been blasting hot air for the last 30 minutes. And you can tell I'm literally flushed because of how warm it is in here. And I just wanted to show you the finished product of what the heater looks like in the van. So the cords and electrical are in here. The cords are right there, and they're hooked up to the battery. Then on this side, so you open this. The heater is in here. The heater has lots of room. I also hooked up a carbon monoxide detector. I have a fire extinguisher on my wall now. And just wanted to reiterate that the exhaust and the majority of the air intake is secured to the bottom of the van. So I did have to drill a hole into the bottom of the van. So the exhaust is not going to be inside of my van, but on the outside. I just don't want to get out to show you. Basically, I'm just really excited to have my heater in and working, and I feel confident enough to turn it on, and I know how to use it, and I know how I built it. So if I have any issues, I feel confident enough that I think I could correct them. And I'm just proud of myself. It was interesting trying to put that in by myself with no garage, no place. Like, it's weird that I was living in my van while I had to do this. So that was definitely the hardest part of this whole thing, but it's done, and I'm happy that I can use it, and it's snowing out, and I'm toasty warm in my van. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.